2018 Mercedes-AMG GT car review. If there's something that's not scarce at AMG, it's confidence. Tobias Mowers, Mercedes-AMG's chairman and CEO, told us in no uncertain terms to match the latest version from the brand's sports vehicle, the GT R, resistant to the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. The good points of 2018 Mercedes-AMG GTC. Pulled chute braking stability, wants to have its neck wrung, wider is much better. The bad points of 2018 Mercedes-AMG GTC. Feels big from when driving, extracting its best requires commitment. Of course, the 4.0-liter GT3 RS is, unfortunately, no more an active concern. Despite some situations that stick to dealer lots, it exists only previously tense. It's also even less powerful and countless pounds lighter compared to the track-focused GT R. But those differences don't prevent being one with the best track cars ever produced, potentially the very best. These, then, are fighting words. Don't confuse the GT R being a GTS model which consists of boost cranked up. This is usually a comprehensive revision to produce an Awachi fast car even faster in each and every way. And it really works. The full depth in the revamp became evident on our ride with 5-time DTM champion Bernd Schneider throughout the Algarve International Circuit near Portimão, Portugal. A freakish mix of blind crests, of cumber torture turns, and vanishing braking zones. Portimão isn't a beginner's racetrack. But it's Schneider's unconventional technique that lets your vehicle shine. Entering in off cumber 180° left, he smashes the brake pedal together with his left foot. With your vehicle writhing for longitudinal grip, he cranks the wheel in a very seemingly vain try and dive toward the apex. But, somehow, it really works. ABS working overtime, and regarding his right foot still partially into the throttle to enhance response, the GT R turns. As the apex nears, Schneider releases the brake and pins the throttle, depending on the GT R's advanced traction control to produce torque down. There is no subtlety here. No consideration is offered to sable braking and steering inputs. Rather, it is a full commitment reliance upon technology. And to do this requires stones. The GT R delivers the former. The latter are under your control. Schneider, who stages in only for high-level track development at AMG, reveals a degree of progress we've not seen elsewhere. The left foot braking and brake throttle overlap abilities baked to the GT R's powertrain and stability control calibration signifies that the team at AMG isn't just fooling around with track driving. They're seeking speed, convention be damned. Revised V8. AMG is usually a long-time purveyor of excess horsepower, however its greatest strength still depends on its engines, however, here using the form of the twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8. At 577 horsepower and 516 lb-ft of torque, the GT R's dry-zone power plant produces 74 horsepower and 37 lb-ft of torque more compared to GTS model. Boost, which increases from 17.4 to 19.6 pounds per square inch, is often a big part of that equation. A drop in compression from 10.5 to 1 to 9.5 to 1 helps accommodate the boost increase. The two BorgWarner turbos housed from the engine's valley-developed compressor wheels, and also the cylinder head's exhaust ports are milled to increase flow. But the engine changes are only the beginning. The transmission continues to be the same basic 7-speed dual-clutch automatic used inside GT and GTS models. It's a somewhat compact transaxle that incorporates an electronically controlled limited-slip differential and is particularly located relating to the rear wheels. In the GTR, however, its ratios are altered. First gear is taller, seventh is shorter, and also the final drive is shorter also, changing to 3.88 to 1 versus the GTS's 3.67 to 1 ratio. The result overall is really a taller first gear. The goal was that could now be employed in tight corners, and shorter ratios in 2nd through 7th. Stealing a trick from Porsche, AMG cuts fuel delivery whilst the throttle's available to avoid stalling the turbos if the driver lifts over accelerator. The transmission bangs between gears with zero hesitation and satisfying popping sounds on downshifts. Lightweight tech. Considerable expenditure was created to lighten the GTR by using advanced materials. However, by adding proprietary hardware, for example movable aerodynamic elements and rear wheel steering, diminish the internet reduction to your claimed 33 pounds. Expect the GTR hitting the scales at about 3,650 pounds, not light for just a car toeing the cloths line with the most from Satch. It's not for deficiency of effort. The roof, rear wing, and that is manually adjustable, automatic front splitter, rear diffuser, and front fenders are graphite, much like 3 underbody braces. The torque tube connecting the engine and transaxle can be an on-a-piece carbon fiber unit that saves 17.6 pounds on the aluminum part inside GTS. Carbon ceramic brake rotors 15.8 inches front, 14.2 rear with 6-piston front calipers are optional. Flaps from the lower grille automatically close and open to alter cooling and change the GTR's aero profile and also add weight, cost, and complexity. Even so, at 124 miles per hour, there may be neither aerodynamic lift nor downforce in front, and the auto produces 110 pounds of downforce for the rear axle. High-speed stability, which eases the driving task, became a key goal in line with mowers. Those carbon front fenders accommodate a 1/8-inch wider front track even though the rear increases 2.3 inches. Forged wheels increase 1 inch in width in accordance with the GTS 19 by 10 inches in front, 20 by 12 in the rear. Confirming its status to be a track special are Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, exactly the same rubber available around the Chevrolet Corvette Z06. Although in each case this French rubber is custom-tuned to its application. Tune it yourself. Adjustability is really a key component on the GTR's personality. Height adjustable coilover springs each and every corner accommodate ride height tweaks and chassis balancing should GTR owners be so ambitious. Inside, the chassis and powertrain response might be altered using 5 drive modes: Individual, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and Race. Separate buttons with the damper's 2 settings, exhaust, manual gear change lockout, and stability control allow fine-tuning even in just a particular mode. The addition of your 9-position knob from the center from the dash to control the traction control product is the most important tunability alter from the GT and GTS models. Our hour or so of seat time was as marred by unfamiliarity while using track the way it was by jet lag. Even so, several observations do understand. Otherworldly braking will be the GTR's greatest asset. Not just braking, but braking while turning, the technique Schneider demonstrated and endorses as fastest. The addition of rear wheel steering, which works in step, which has a quick ratio accrue front, relieves the top tires of some from the turning just work at a time when they most need it, during heavy braking. Below 62 miles per hour, the back wheels turn opposite the fronts, and above that speed, they turn inside the same direction. A new calibration with the electronically controlled differential supports controlling yaw during heavy braking, as well as the stability control strategy is online during deceleration, even though you've switched rid of it. It's not, however, an aggressive buzzkill. The adjustable traction control, activated by switching from the stability control, lacks the elegance of other systems. It mitigates unintended oversteer well, however its abrupt correction of even modest slip angles sometimes interrupts the flow of any well-executed corner exit. We never tried its least intrusive setting, however, so one last verdict will need to wait. Chevy's Performance Traction Management offers similar control but subtler intervention, allowing the tail to slightly get out before discreetly reeling it in. The GTR continues sale in mid-2017. By then, the 911 GT3 RS should have further receded in the memory banks, and attention might be focused for the 2018 Corvette Stingray ZR1, which can be currently sprouting wings in spy photos. That's probably where Mowers should aim his targeting reticles. That the GTR will prove itself to get among the world's quickest track cars isn't really you want. Speed, however, isn't the one measure of a great driver's car. Driving fulfillment can be a product of countless factors, some tangible, some not. Control properly on our list, though, as well as the GTR provides a level we've not experienced elsewhere. Its weight and size are undeniable downsides. And its driving position, that's close to the spine axle, amplifies every level of slip angle, which makes it feel even larger than it happens to be. But being big often goes in conjunction with being bold, undeniably a character trait in this most special of AMGs.